and welcome to Slater's Wrist Game. Today we're going to do a full review of the Hamilton Jazzmaster Maestro automatic chronograph. But before I get started, I would like to say thanks for watching this video. Please continue to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and also follow me at Slater's Wrist Game. But a little bit about Hamilton. So Hamilton was founded in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in 1892, but now it's based in Bienne, Switzerland. And basically it is they also are a member of the Swatch group, which gives them access to ETA movements. But I think they closed down their last American facility in 1969. So since about 1970, they've been in Switzerland. This particular model was released after 2011 because it was around 2011 that they started modifying ETA movements. They started with the H21 movement and the H31. Now they have the H10 movement. But this watch here has an H21, so we'll discuss that later. But this watch has been around at least since 2013, maybe since 2011, but definitely since 2013, based on my research, okay? But now let's talk about the specs on this one. So this is model number H327-66643. Okay, beautiful watch in my opinion. This watch has a value 7750 movement called the H21, which has a 60-hour power reserve. All right. This watch has a case diameter of 45 millimeters, a thickness of 15.5 millimeters, and a lug to lug of 55 millimeters. Yep, I did say 55. All right, it has a lug width of 23 millimeters at the top. And it tapers to 20 millimeters at the pin buckle here. All right, this watch has 100 meters water resistant, so which I think is great for an automatic chronograph. The MSRP on this one is $1,895 US. Actually, the 41 millimeter version, it has an MSRP of $1,945. That's according to the Hamilton website. I paid $924 US for this one, and I bought it on the gray market, and that's basically a 51% discount. I picked this one up in August 2023. All right, so I'm just head over heels for this watch. Now let's talk about the dial. But before we talk about the dial, the dial is protected by a sapphire crystal. It has some anti-reflective coating, I think, but it is definitely a sapphire crystal. You have this blue dial for this watch, and it is a sunburst blue dial, and it actually looks purple at certain angles. This watch here has Arabic hour markers, and it also has registers at the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock position. You have the word Swiss made at 6 o'clock, and you have a dates and day of the week window at the 3 o'clock, and a Hamilton logo at the 9 o'clock position. You also have like a 60-minute track at the outer portion of the dial, okay? But I do like the dial. I tend to buy a lot of watches with a black dial or maybe something. And I actually like silver dials, open lane dials, but I don't have a lot of blue. I want to get something with a blue dial. This watch here has a stainless steel case and a stainless steel case back. It has like a high polished finish. You can kind of see the reflection on the side. So the case is mainly high polished. You have like a push-pull crown that is signed with the Hamilton logo, and you have your pushers. All right, let's just go ahead and take a look at the chronograph action here. Like I said, this is a value 7750 movement, which I do love, which a lot of people say this is a very historic movement. This movement was key in helping mechanical chronographs survive the quartz crisis. All right, now we go ahead and stop it, and we go ahead and reset. All right, when you look at the strap, like I said, it is a 23 millimeter lug width at the top, tapers down to 20 millimeters at this pin buckle. The pin buckle is signed with the Hamilton logo. I do like this calf leather strap. Hamilton always have high leather straps. You can see how thick the strap is, and it is very comfortable, and it's starting to conform to my wrist. Do have two keepers here. All right, let's just go ahead and take a look at the case back. So now we'll take a look at the case back. It has a lot of their basic information on the case back, like your water resistance, and you know, your model number. You have Swiss made and all that type of stuff. You see the Hamilton logo on the rotor, and there's also some other small decorations on this movement. You'll probably need a loop to really see the detail. I actually used a loop to see some of the detail. They actually did a lot of decorating for this one, and they actually modified it to where it has a 60-hour power reserve instead of like a 42 or 46-hour power reserve. All right, here's another look at the strap, and here you can see the size and holes on the strap. It is a Hamilton strap. You see it is a 23mm lug width for that strap. Okay. And so, yeah, and so what did I really think about this one before I really get into the pros and cons? I think this watch is a budget version of the IWC Portuguiser, in particular model number IW3716-06. The -06 is for the blue dial. But I went on the IWC website and the Hamilton website, and I kind of compared, and it is definitely almost, this watch was definitely inspired by the IWC Portuguiser. But it's at a fraction of the cost. You know, the IWC Portuguiser retails for 8,200 Swiss francs, which is 9,400 US. And I picked this watch up for 924 US, which is less than 10% of the cost. But of course, I picked it up great market. And then this watch has a 60-hour power reserve, where the Portuguese has a 46-hour power reserve with an in-house movement. But still, tremendous savings if you want this look without spending the price. But if you want an IWC, you'll definitely have to use an IWC. But I do like the movement, the value movement. Some people are bothered by the fact that the movement kind of wiggles, or you can feel the movement spinning, especially once you've been walking and you sit down, you can just feel, or you stop, you can feel the spinning of this value. I think that's because too, it only moves in one direction, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it doesn't bother me. I like it. It just reminds me that this watch is very unique. So I don't mind the spinning, feeling the spinning of the value movement inside of here. Okay, so what are the pros of this one? In my opinion, a 60-hour power reserve is a definite pro. That's the type of power reserve you get with an in-house movement, but we're getting this with a third-party movement. I do like the 100 meters of water resistance. I think that is fantastic. A lot of chronographs, even more expensive chronographs, do not have 100 meters of water resistance. I do like the fact that this has a value movement. This is my first value, so this is a keeper. I always heard a lot about value, and of course, a Solita SW, I think 500 is a clone of the value, but it's good to kind of get that original third-party Swiss chronograph movement. I do like the aesthetics of this watch. This watch has a look of the IWC Portuguiser at a fraction of the cost. 20% directly from a Hamilton website. You can get it for like 10% of the cost of gray market, and maybe even cheaper pre-owned gray market. Okay, and I do like the display case back. I just like display case backs in general. They did take some time to do some type of decorating and modifications to this movement. What don't I like about this one? Well, this watch has a 55mm lug to lug, so it barely fits my wrist. So if you got a smaller wrist than maybe 7 inches, it's gonna be hard to pull this one off. I don't like the 23mm lug width. It's going to be hard to find aftermarket straps and bracelets for this one. And I don't like the fact that there's no running second hand, but it's not necessary. This is the second chronograph I bought in the last year that didn't have a second hand. And I don't like the fact that this is a push-pull crown, but that's not a deal breaker for this one either. But yeah, other than that, I think this watch here has a lot of positives to it. Definitely the positives definitely outweigh the negatives for this one right here. Right now, I'm going to do a wrist shot, but so right now I'm wearing my Tissot PRX Glacier Blue. I like this watch. I did an unboxing already, so you guys might want to check that one out. My wrist is 7.5 inches or 19 centimeters. So let me go ahead and take off the Tissot and put on the Hamilton so you guys can see how it fits. So just bear with me for a second. All right, so here it is. You can see the Hamilton logo on the pin buckle. Just do a wrist turn. So this watch, once again, 45mm case, 55mm lug to lug, 23mm lug width, like a 15.5mm height. So I think you need a pretty large wrist, 7 or higher. If you got like a 6.5-inch wrist, it's gonna be hard to pull this one off. But I do love the aesthetics. I do love the comfort of the leather strap. The case fits perfectly. This is probably the largest lug to lug I can kind of have on a watch. And a 45mm case is fine. And I like this sunburst blue dial. So that concludes this video. Please continue to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I will bring you another video soon. Okay, thanks, and enjoy your day.